At this point, everybody just started like snarling up, and we realised it was for a photo op. The most packed photos. I want you to know for a fact, the XR stewards were purposely trying to corral people to make the clusters tighter for the photos. Imagine January 6th, but 4 times more people there, surrounding the Capitol, and then just singing Kumbaya fucking R. 20,000 of us here, picking 20 of them. They will not pull a trigger. Heck, send your kids out. You're going to bring your kids to a protest, send your kids out. They won't shoot the kids. Great front line. That was such a real crash. Were there cops doing any intimidation? I wish. I wish. So for a while I've been saying that I fear that thanks to things like social media, thanks to things like consumer activism, thanks to stuff like putting a black square on your Instagram page, that putting a I support Paris border on your Instagram Facebook profile, and, you know, an entire 30 people get murdered alive by a pair of terrorists for the crime of doing journalism. You know, we stand in solidarity. We truly think that we're doing stuff. And that degree of political apathy and entitlement has managed to even infect protest here in this country now. Today there must have been 20, maybe 30,000 people assembled, surrounding the Houses of Parliament on all sides. Imagine January 6th times that number of people by 4. But now also make it a Saturday, when every fucking politician in the country is at home. So we're blocking off the roads, but also the police have cordoned off the whole area so you can just walk around the roads. And there's no politicians there, be they Labour or Conservative or Lib Dem. There were no anti-protesters because there was no need. There was barely a police presence. 3 cops there, 4 cops here. Guarding the Houses of Parliament itself, 3 cops. 3. It was a fucking shitty party. It was a bad street festival. Bad street festival. What up, Lex? It was people clapping themselves and patting themselves on the back and chanting, no justice, no peace, and other fucking shitty slogans. Climate change now. Climate change now. And they were yelling so quietly. And I really need Trip to get here so that she can share the videos with me as well, so I can show you the proof. Because loungers, I've talked about how I have a loud voice. Hey loungers, have you ever heard me with a tired voice box? My voice went completely earlier for a bit. You guys have never heard me full volume. Today I finally got to go. Oh god, I missed going full volume. I haven't got to go full volume in so long. So long. But it made me upset.
Songs and dances don't work!
At a riot, at a protest, one voice should never stand out. Ever. One voice shouldn't be able to be louder than the megaphones, drums, trumpets. There was a hush.
I don't know what that is.
It was pathetic. So here we have a few hundred people lying down for a couple hours, and then I guess going home. It was literally pathetic. I don't know how else to describe it other than pathetic. This is the face of the resistance. This is the face of the opposition. The fresh young blood that will guide us forwards to the future and defeat the evil Tories. Oh, we're fucked. More than 20,000 people, and not a scintilla of aggression or violence in the air. Not a whiff. Not a moment of nervous anticipation. Nothing. Just people having a good time. Saying that they're worried about the world dying with big smiles on their faces. These people waving their flags, thinking they're saying TikTok, it's the end of the world, and then they're laughing. I mean, it was pathetic. I became one of the fucking. I didn't like it, but everyone kept saying that I should do it, and then egged me on, so just ended up leading a few of the chants. And I didn't like the chants that were going on, so I changed the chant. And when I changed the chant, everyone started smiling and laughing nervously and looking at me in agreement, but not chanting along with me. I can't wait for you to see the video of me yelling, "Storm the Houses of Parliament," as we walked past the Houses of Parliament over and over, and yelling that dancing and chanting don't do shit. And then eventually I just started yelling at the entire fucking crowd of protesters that they're a bunch of pussies. That they'll never achieve anything. They're fucking pussies. And then something happened that just... This is the thing that really... I can't get... I need a bong. This upsets me, and it angers me so fucking much what I'm about to describe. You have no idea. The most pathetic, self-affirming, patting themselves on the back action I think I've ever seen in my fucking life that makes a mockery of the forms of protest, riot, violence, activism, disobedience that actually change people's lives. Today was civil obedience. They called it civil disobedience. They say it's a protest of civil disobedience. It wasn't. They were obeying. They didn't dare step a single foot on the Houses of Parliament's actual perimeter. Not one foot, not one person walking on the wall. Pussies. They were walking in a permitted, cordoned off area where they were permitted to walk. They were cosplaying. There was a lot of cosplay, a lot of arts and crafts. Street food, 100 different stalls to find out about 100 different activist projects. There was one point where this guy was walking past and he said it like it was a good thing, and he fucking hammered the nail in the head as he walked past, and he was like, "It's amazing. There's like all these different organizations. There's like stuff for everything here. Like you can learn about everything." I was like, yeah, there's like 100 different organizations here that all have different goals, different agendas, different messages, different ideologies, and not politically aligned, are disparate, disorganized, just a convention. And the reason why I say it was quiet and hushed and not even a good street party or festival, it was more like rich old people, exactly like I'd seen in the videos, exactly like I'd been saying it was, and I didn't want to believe, Bunch of fucking rich old people having a day out in London. What up, Clary? How you doing? Rich old fuckers cosplaying in London and having a tour around Parliament Square. And fucking, we're getting my most hated bit. My most hated bit. We'll get there. I had some very interesting chats with Just Stop Oil today, actually. It's funny how I even said to the guy's face, I was like, it's funny, I didn't like you lot a few months ago. And it's already changed my mind on you lot a bit, but the events of today changed my mind on some of them even more. Extinction Rebellion has been completely defanged. Declawed. Doesn't even have a voice anymore. Doesn't even have a bark. Doesn't even have a fucking bark anymore. The quietness. There's this one bit, right? There was this fucking band, with like 4 drummers, 2 singers, both with microphones, with speakers. I was louder than the lot of them combined. I couldn't hear what he was singing, so I changed the... There was no disobedience. They cordoned off sections of the grass not to walk on, and people didn't walk on them. There was a single Extinction Rebellion sticker placed on the Ministry of Education's front doors. There was one cop protecting the Ministry of Education. One cop. Sorry, the Department of Education. One cop protecting fucking, I can't remember the name of one of the other departments. 3 cops. 3 fucking cops covering the actual Houses of Parliament themselves. 3. Don't. We're getting there, Clary. Don't. Do not. Do not. There was a moment that fully sent me today. Yeah, it would have been a fucking pain for you as well, Clary, because the actual train to Parliament Square wasn't running. They had that one shut off. So you'd have had to cross the Thames. You'd have had to go over London Bridge or fucking Southend Bridge, whatever it's called. My feet are knackered. I am dead. I've done more walking today than I've done in like 2 years. Like, I don't know how many miles we walked. We did so many miles today. Like, actually, it was a stupid amount today. Yeah, that is the issue, I guess. Yeah. But don't worry, we'd wheel you about. Wheelies, you can come. We'll wheel you. We'll wheel you. Use you as battering rams, yeah. I've always seen in movies the person in the wheelchair, yeah, their legs don't feel no pain. You can always like stab their legs with a needle. Wheelchair equals legs feel no pain. So we can use you as battering rams. Yeah. Sorry, I am unhinged right now. Wheelchair rugby setup, hell yeah! Oh my god, wheelies. Actually though, like wheelchair rugby setup though. Actually though, yes. Basically, we get that. I'm just gonna run through the day now. Actually, let's just run through the day a bit. We get that. All right, like I get to London and get to Waterloo, walk over the bridge, see hippies, follow the hippies, slowly make my way to like Parliament Square. Get there, walking about. Trip comes find me. Trip is a real human being, guys. Lex was a real human being, and now I know that Trip is a real human being as well. That's 2 of you that exist. 2 of you now actually exist. How crazy is that? Thing is real until my brain actually sees it. My brain sees it? I don't know. So I got given the first sticker. First sticker was just planted on me. Walk over to the table, there's more stickers. So I'm like, all right, I want a sticker in another colour. Grab said sticker. Are you going to donate? You don't have to pay. It's just you should really donate. Yeah, if you don't mind donating. The third one chimes in. Yeah, you should probably donate.
So one of our demands is like nationalise the big polluters.
That a lot.
Are you
Yeah.
interested in a newspaper?
I would be if I had any spare money on me.
Yeah, we got card readers, but not here. So yeah.
If we see another one of your guys, I might get one.
Yeah.
Can I steal a badge?
We asked for a little donation if you've got any cash. Oh no, I've got any cash already.
Yourself, please. Amazing. Amazing.
Donations raised to the patches.
Got the hairs. No money, I'm afraid.
Mob bullying hawker style tactics, getting people to pay money for fucking stickers. Come get your clothes painted for free, but you got to donate. Here's a book. Would you like to read this? Here, have this book. Oh, and it's going to be £2. What up, Trip? Perfect timing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Badges for free. Free badges. Just would really like. You're really meant to donate some. You should really donate some money. You should probably don't. Every single fucking one of them on the website, they advertised, and I say advertised because on the website they advertised free this, free that, free that, free that, free this, free. It's all free as long as you're enough of a dickhead to refuse a bunch of 80-year-old biddies demanding you donate now. Trip got bullied into buying me a book by an actual honest-to-God person who referred to themselves as a Trotskyist. A Trotskyist. Remember, this event was about climate change. This event was like Extinction Rebellion, climate change. It was about something. I don't know what it was about. Now, I'm really looking forward to watching back the VOD and getting some clips from the VOD, because every single person I asked the same question of, which was, what immediate action should we do now to like actually combat some of this? Thinking that they would suggest build more green energy. Petition politicians. Like, give me an action. Give me a thing that I can do that isn't just going to make me depressed. Give us a real world, applicable thing that we should be doing or that others should be doing. By the way, you didn't pay for the book. Hell yeah, Trip! Oh, did you out-commie her? You out-commied her. Trotsky was a commie. He was a commie. You out-commied her. Oh my god, hell yeah. She wanted to make some money. She was making no money there. The internet wasn't working. She couldn't make money. They were advertising these fucking get a patch, get a sweet patch. I was like, oh, sweet patch. Oh, can I have the sweet one with the skull? Oh, I'd love the sweet skull patch. Could you just donate? Yeah, you really meant to donate some money. This book is called The Case of Mumia Abu Jamal by, straight up, the International Bolshevik Tendency. It was a bunch of 70-year-old tankies, guys, everywhere. Nothing has made me feel more right. Nothing has steered me further right-wing in a while than attending this. But it's not actually made me right-wing. It's just made me decidedly loathe tankies more than I ever did before. Like, actually loathe them. Sorry, guys. Like, tanky now equals to me. West, like, tankies in the West, in the UK and America, equal people who aren't militant, don't get the tanks rolling, just cry and moan and party. You're a communist, then get organized. Oh yeah, Clary, did you catch that one? That was awesome, right? So in that one, I need to triple watch that one because in the background of that one, the person yelling was at some point yelling about the Rothschilds as well. Both me and Trip were too distracted in convos to fully make it out. I didn't catch it at all. But the other person started yelling about, like, there was some person on stage that started yelling about Rothschilds and stuff, like. So much fun. But yeah, no, it was genuinely real. That was my number 2 conversation. My best conversation was sadly off camera, but I doubt it would have happened on camera either. But like, yeah, there was literally like 50 different protests happening all at once, effectively. All disparate, disorganized, disinterested, and uninformed. Massively, massively uninformed. The amount of people protesting causes that they didn't actually understand and couldn't actually speak upon. Everything was being protested. There was like some old biddy protesting her individual patch of green belt because she got saddened by a letter she received. Trip was getting along with her great. I say develop the fucking green belt. She was saying about Rothschilds, and conversation developed into a tale of mental health patient who was a victim of paedophile grooming, who ultimately committed suicide. I was distracted and couldn't make out the full story. Quite a contrast from a black man who was unjustly jailed. Yeah. Got off to join the Socialist Workers' Party. And like, yeah, we need more socialism, but I just don't believe any of these people currently. Actually don't believe any of these people. It's so... Oh, this is so fucking Vorshian. This just feels like... honestly, if I read this is like... I'm just doing a Hassan stream now. While we fight the symptoms of capitalism, we also want to cure the disease. Capitalism cannot be patched up. It's founded on the exploitation of the great majority by a tiny minority. It breeds racism, sexism, and homophobia, each of which sows division among those who would fight back. It spawns war as rival rule. Like, okay, maybe. Does it? Seems like a bit of like a magical demon. Magical evil. The all-powerful evil is just capitalism, the great boogeyman. I can't abide by this simplistic way of thinking anymore. Doesn't achieve anything. It acts informed. It sounds informed and intellectual whilst saying nothing. Patriarchy is the source of all homophobia, greed, misogyny, war in the world. Yeah, probably. Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't achieve anything. And I know I've said a lot of this stuff myself in the past, but I'm just realizing how it's just saying nothing. Saying nothing. You want an army of people, all stripes, wearing your sigil, or are you just hawking? Yeah. That was exactly what I felt. That was exactly what I felt. Fuck. It was literally like when I say it was like Comic-Con, right? You know, on the website, like I can't remember if I actually showed this on stream or not. I was just chatting to somebody about this. Anyway, they advertised on the website that there was going to be natural t-shirt fabric printing, so that you could, get your t-shirt and clothes all stamped up with cool stamps and things like that. Like that bit of fabric that I had to pay money for. Which I didn't pay money for, Trip paid for it. They didn't have fast drying fabric paint. So nobody was getting it done because one, they were charging money. I mean, they weren't charging, just donations, please. Donations. They were charging money for it. And two, it wasn't like they weren't like, they didn't have any sealant. They didn't have anything to make it fast drying. They weren't offering to iron people's clothes on the spot. So you'd have wet paint on you all day. So nobody was getting it done. Because they were like, you'll have to, when you get home, you'll have to iron it. Like everybody was getting all these fucking details. Like, I really wanted to get some sick stuff. Like, that's why I wore a plain black hoodie. Or a plain black hoodie, because I was like, oh, I can get a load of sick, like, stamps on me. But then I was like, wait, none of them, they're all going to be wet. They're all going to be fucking wet. I will be a public nuisance. I don't want to just be that disgusting and walk around with wet paint on me all day. That's an obnoxious, horrible thing to do in a city as busy as London, taking public transport. That's not civil disobedience. That's vandalism. That's just mindless vandalism. Fuck. It's not starting a riot. That's not doing anything. That would literally just be getting a seat on the train dirty. And possibly some rando that I bump into, you know? But that stuff was just there for the families, basically. It was there for the people with kids, etc., etc. Lots of kids. It was a big family event. Very cute seeing, like, families at this sort of thing, I guess. Except, again, it defangs it. When you have hundreds of kids running around, it's not a protest anymore. It's a family day out, isn't it? It's no longer a protest when there's loads of families with kids running around, eating sandwiches, having a picnic. Anyway, we're walking around, we're having a look at everybody. Trip's running after, like, a dodo. There's fuckloads of furries. Fucking furries everywhere, mate. Nah, they were like the thing is, they weren't furries. They were like, furries are very different. These were people dressed as animals. It wasn't furries. There was lots of old people dressed as animals walking about in their old people animal costumes that were kind of funny and adorable. And, like, so much arts and crafts. You know what the old people of Extinction Rebellion do in their Facebook groups? They do paper mache. I have never seen so many paper mache animals in my life. There were paper mache animals everywhere. It was like a cute Earth Day festival. You're exactly right. It was a cute Earth Day festival framed as the big one. The protest to end all protests. The big one. This is the big one where we get our government to pay attention. The big one. Now we don't need to do another protest because we've done it for the year, haven't we? They've done their part. Yes, exactly. Literally, Hellzone, Shellzone, literally. It was a street festival. Just around the most important building in the country. This was our January 6th. This was like, imagine January 6th. There's Hellzone. Okay. Thank you. So imagine January 6th, but 4 times more people there. Surrounding the capital. And then just singing Kumbaya fucking R.
This is the face of the resistance. This is the face of the opposition. The fresh young blood that will guide us forwards to the future and defeat the evil Tories. Oh, we're fucked.
Extinction Rebellion are old. So are just it's all old people. It's all middle class, fairly wealthy, affluent looking a lot of the time. Old people. And they're fairly affluent, middle class young people. And let's be real, me and Trip are no exception to that demographic rule. Now are we? At least we're a fighting age. But we don't exactly break that model, do we? So, yeah, staging is like everyone's staging. Everyone was meant to be at the staging area, I believe, ready for the march to start at 1, but maybe it was meant to be... No, I'm pretty sure I read online that the march was meant to start at 1. Even if it was meant to start at 2, it didn't start at 2 either. It started more like 2:30 because it was very ambling. Yeah, it was very, very boring. Oh yeah, guys, have you noticed there's new emotes? Nobody's looked and noticed the new emotes, I don't think. I don't know what he is. He is a slime, but I like him. I thought you guys would like him. You like him? Is he cute? Do you appreciate him? So, he is a slime. He is you lot. Bunch of slimes. I was thinking both of, like, Binding of Isaac, but also of that egg. You know, the good Atama. Hey! Pete's adventure today. Let the journey begin. There'll be some fun times ahead. It's a beautiful morning, at least. Bragging about their toilet twinning.
That's amazing!
So, there was a point where the live stream cut. There was a point where live stream cut out, and I think a few of you were watching at that point. The reason why the live stream cut out is because we needed to go to the toilet. I was bursting. I was actually bursting for a piss. Anyway, I looked at the map, and the map said the nearest public toilet was 1.4 miles away. I was like, fuck that. But luckily, it was like Jesus Christ himself shone a holy light. For there in the darkness and the smog of London, my bladder feeling like it was going to burst, I witnessed the most beautiful of sights. The Methodist Church, which proudly announced at the front of the Methodist Church that they had a toilet people could use. Rip. Anyway, you go in this church, right? And it looks more like a fucking Masonic hall or something. And then you go like 3 flights of stairs down into a basement. And down there in the basement, in what must be old fucking underground tunnels, or maybe an old bomb shelter or something, or old barrel storage maybe. Fuck knows what it is. It's deep. 3 flights down, there is a cafe, the creepiest looking fucking function hall, big empty function hall I've ever seen in my life. And a terrifying looking guard. The cafe was open but empty. It's the only empty cafe that was probably in all of London that day. And then the toilets. The largest toilets in a public toilet that I have ever, like, each individual fucking cubicle was disabled loo-sized. It was great. It was fucking great. Anyway, they're literally toilet twinning with other toilets and they're actually kind of special for their toilets. And they're exemplarily large toilets. Was your toilet exceptionally clean and large and lovely?
Yes, it was. And they had washing soon. It smelled really nice.
Yeah, like actually praise Jesus for once.
Yeah, absolutely.
The basement of a church has a cafe and like the nicest toilet ever.
Absolutely, yeah. And a huge empty space for something.
It's so weird. It's so creepy. It's so creepy. There's a cafe down there. Like, there's a cafe.
Yeah,
What's that? It's open.
I may have talked before in the past how I'm kind of like, I've always been embarrassed by how loud my mum is in public and the stuff that she says about people in public. But I am the exact same. I am.
There's an open cafe.
I was getting like, I was very manic today.
Okay, with like nobody there. It's like,
but not too manic.
oh, like actual heaven. Thank you.
What's this?
Boris's case is actually just putting his family into the House of Lords. To abolish the House of Lords is to restore trust in politics. Put your hand up if you trust politicians.
Put your hand up if you trust politicians. I had my hand up in the air already because I was filming. Sup, Buzz? You get to see how fucking lame and pussy the UK is properly now, my friend.
Not a lot of hands.
My hands up,
Yeah.
shit.
What do
I'm
you get
filming,
when
I'm
you let-
filming.
You get politicians.
I can race this place. What's up, Famsy? How you doing? How you doing?
One of our friends just happened to be a teacher. Just happened to be a teacher. And she was just naturally being the nucleus of the group, trying to make sure that we all stayed together so we didn't get lost. It was that kind of crowd.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I finally realized where I recognize that guy from. Oh my god. It took me so. I kept right. Oh my god.
One of our
Quick
friends just
question.
happened to be a teacher. Just happened to be a teacher. And she was just naturally being the nucleus.
Did you notice these two? Did you notice these two guys? They were stood there for fucking. They were there all day. They were just stood there for hours. They were actually stood there for hours. Did you notice those two? I was trying to work out where I recognized them from. I finally twigged where I recognized them from. You recognized them too. Could you figure out why you recognized them? Because I've just figured out where I recognized them from. And why I recognized that Methodist church. We've seen them guarding that door before. We've seen them guarding that door before. We've seen those two guys there guarding that door that we walked out of before against the SRA nutters. He does look like Nick Frost as well. They're the two doormen at the fucking... when the SRA nutters went to London a couple years ago. They were the two doormen who just stood there. There was the tall one, and there was the short one with the beard. That were just the most unintimidated men ever. Kept trying to work out why they look so churchy. It's actually them guys. Oh my god.
Nucleus of the group, trying to make sure that we all stayed together
But I mean, this is like, that's...
so we didn't get lost. It was that kind of crowd.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is where the trip started to get blackpilled as we listened to the person speaking on this stage about how, because all politicians are bad, we can't trust any politicians ever, and what we need to do is have a citizens' assembly, and the way to do that is through signing this leaflet here and following us on Twitter and on Instagram. That's how we will achieve citizens' assembly. That's how we shall overthrow the politicians and their armies and their weapons of war. It's through Twitter activism. I think this is the whistle woman. She kept whistling eventually. Oh no, the whistle woman was after them. Sorry, the whistle woman was after them with the drums, wasn't it?
Oh, they're so...
Hey guys, remember, I'm a socialist streamer, and as a true Bolshevik socialist, like the people at the protest today, don't forget to donate. If you want to watch any more of this stream, it's completely free of charge, but you should really donate. And I don't think I'll do any more streaming until you donate. Donate, guys. Be good and donate. Yeah, but also, actually, if anybody feels like donating today, that would be very useful, as the train ticket was expensive and stuff, blah, blah. You're paying for my continued depression and suffering, Isn't that worth it?
This is the face of the resistance. This is the face of the opposition. The fresh young blood that will guide us forwards to the future and defeat the evil Tories. Oh, we're fucked. I feel bad, my negativity has black-pilled Trip. She's realising that we're doomed.
And there's me on my way back. I got some generic train footage in case anybody wanted to see what trains are like in the UK. Oh, apparently I filmed my leg for a second. Oh, thanks, Lex. 1p. 1 penny.
I donate you 1 TTS saying bell end. Thank you for your service.
Oh my god, 50 pennies. Nice. It's like, with that, we're 1% of the way to making back my train fare. Keep it up, loungers. We can do it. We can do it. I'm joking. It's fun being socialist like the socialists that I witnessed today. So this is going to be before the event that Fully sent me. Right, yeah, we've described the prelude. Now it's time. So we got out of the toilet and the march was beginning. So very slowly, very sort of like ambling along, but me and Trip went and joined the march.
Yeah, there we go. I think I failed to capture all of that because I'm not used to recording video, so
Oh, you failed to capture any of it?
So I took a photograph of you
Oh,
and then
I
pointed
see.
my phone at the crowd.
Oh, I see. I don't know what that is. Oh, I want another chant. I can't start chants on my own. Give me a chant to start over again. It's fun.
I'm just keeping my ear out for the other one.
Oh.
You hear the nervous, this not anticipatory nervousness, just embarrassed nervousness. We shouldn't be doing this. Ooh, this is naughty nervousness. Do you hear it in the air, guys? Do you hear it?
No! No!
No!
You see how people keep nervously turning? That's how quiet people were. That if you actually bothered raising your voice, everyone was like turning and staring. Which was so... It doesn't get you in the mood at a protest when people are like turning and looking at you like a weirdo for yelling. Like... Oh, it gets cringer. It gets cringe.
Badly, this is the protest we need.
White blonde women singing out of tune. This is how we save the planet, loungers.
If I had I would do it for the whales, 'cause they deserve the best jungle. If I had to rise up now, I would do it for the jungle.
Fucking Griffiths. Fucking Griffiths.
I would do it for the jungle, 'cause they deserve the best creatures. If I had to rise up now.
Breaches.
Fucking kumbaya, fam. Fucking kumbaya. Why is everybody just stood awkwardly? It was so weird. Anyway, at this point, everybody just started like snarling up, and we realized it was for a photo op. People getting themselves like snarled up because there were cameramen coming along for a photo op. The photos that you'll see in the newspapers of huge crowds, yeah? The most packed photos. I want you to know for a fact that that is because they were purposefully corralling people, not the police. No. The XR stewards were purposely trying to corral people to make the clusters tighter for the photos and have it so they had the photo. Basically, you're going around. Let me draw it for you. Because I don't know if you realized what was going on actually, Trip, because I noticed it. When I was on the train, I was like thinking about this, and I was like, wow, that's so fucking snaky what they did for the photos. It will make the photos look so much more impressive. Parliament Square, okay, is a fortress. There is like very few main roads going into it. Out of it, you've got buildings, road. Okay? Got a park, like over here, there's like a park, staging area, road. Okay? Now, what they would do, you got the protesters, we've got all the protesters, yeah? The protesters are making their way downtown, making their way around. Oh, getting a bit thronged up, a bit snarled up. Oh, stop, everybody. Stop. We need to take a photo. Of this. Oh, look at it. It goes round the corner. A sea of people, and then the next, and then we carry on a bit. Oh, stop! Need to get a photo. Oh, stop! Get a photo. Rather than letting people march, chant, get themselves into a frenzy. Rather than letting people actually march, chant, yell at cops, get themselves into a proper frenzy, like a little maelstrom of anger and discontent. Stop! We need to take photos. And if we all just stop a sec, guys. Stop a sec. And you keep letting those at the back. Come. So it makes the photos look better. You know the other reason why I hate this though. You know what that does? Had things started escalating, that's what causes dangerous stampedes. When you have people purposely corralling people in a manner that allows those at the front to stop and those at the back to keep moving, that is what creates life-threatening crushes that only photo-obsessed retards would try to purposefully organize when dealing with numbers of 20,000 plus. Dangerous games to play with human lives. Anyway, almost at my most hated part. I need to pee.
He's singing. I can't tell what he's singing.
No, I can't.
They were just really fucking quiet, guys. Really quiet. This isn't a slow march. Yeah, this wasn't even a slow march. This wasn't a slow march. This was a planned, pre-prepared, on a weekend. The number of cops there show how unimportant this was. Truly. Truly. There were 10 times more armed police when I went out into Birmingham that one day. Remember that day I went into Birmingham? And like everywhere I looked, there were just like armed guards, armed cops, every fucking street corner, squads of armed cops for the Commonwealth Games or some shit. This is like namby-pamby, have a fucking gay little hippie party. I need to stop using gay as a derogatory term as a bisexual man, but it's just, this felt more like a pride event than a protest. And pride events should be protests.
I'm sure they'll be fine, to be honest. So here we have a few hundred people lying down for a couple hours, and then I guess going home.
Oh, Pete, you were so naive. I thought they were going to be doing this for a couple of hours. Oh. Naive. No, wait, the road was it was part of the pre-prepared circuit. That road had been closed hours in advance. There'd been no traffic for ages, yeah. And traffic in London was quiet that day anyway because of the marathon. Marathon tomorrow. Meaning a lot of roads are diverted and closed anyway. Everybody's getting the marathon ready. All the roads in that area had like at max 2 buses, 3 cabs going down them every half hour. But the entire area, you can't drive around as a civilian anyway anymore. Because it's for the marathon, which is a high terrorism threat event. The entire area, not just Parliament Square, the entire area is quieting down anyway. The die down, yeah, was where I started chatting to a member of Just Stop Oil. And he really agreed. I could tell on my opinions and feelings. We had a very good chat about it. Very, very interesting chat. Basically, during the lie down, I started yelling a bit. I started getting more and more frustrated. And I started yelling about how this does nothing. It's pathetic. And they're all a bunch of pussies. They're in that quiet. I just called them all a bunch of pussies. and yelled. I yelled that when Gandhi sat down in protest, he starved more than 7 days. Now, I'm not even sure if that's actually true. I can't remember right now, to be perfectly honest with you. But most of them would know it, believe it to be true. And what happened was I got shushed. And I got... Yeah, but come on, look, it's not about... Look, let them... And I was like, this is just to make them feel good. And they were like, yeah, well, come on, let them. I got told off for reminding them that it's meant to be a protest. They were lying down for 15 minutes. They were lying down for the photo op. That was it. 15-minute photo op. It was a 15-minute long photo op. Do not let yourself think it was anything other than that. Lying down 15 minutes in an already closed road in a deserted area in a deserted part of town on a fucking Saturday afternoon. Away the opposite side of London from the shopping district in Parliament fucking Square where no politicians are on a Saturday. It was the most fucking woke, soy leftist zoomer fucking woke scold activist shit I have ever seen in my life. And it really fucking tilted me. As you'll see in this next video whilst I go pee.
Storm the Houses of Parliament!
Anyway,